Oh, snap. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Time for a little true crime. Talking about Lori Vallow, Daybell. I've got the audio from day 5. Um, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna listen to it and see what's going on. And this one, it is possessed by demons. Former in-law testifies about how Lori Vallow Daybell viewed her kids. Are you guys ready for this? And shout out to everybody over here on TikTok. Good to see you guys. Shout out. And I'm also live right now on YouTube on the Mystery Project. So make sure you go subscribe to the Mystery Project as well. Okay, let's jump in. Okay. So this is day 5. This is the audio from the full day. So it's like 5 hours long. So we'll probably break this up into parts. But part 1, let's go in. Let's talk about it. And if you don't know Lori Vallow, she is the lady that is facing trial for unaliving her 2 kids and conspiracy to unalive her 5th husband's wife that he had when he met her. Yeah, so let's listen. And quick volume check. You guys tell me if you can hear it.
Detective Duncan, yesterday, you may recall, we were talking about some of the investigative work that you did in January of 2020.
Yes, I do.
And I think you talked about going through some cellular data.
Correct.
Did you go through cellular data from Charles Vallow's cell phone?
Yes, I did.
Did you also look at an iCloud account associated with Charles Vallow?
I did.
In going through those, were there particular things?
Charles Vallow was the 4th husband that also was unalived by Lori Vallow's brother, Alex. So if you're new to this story, I know it's a whole. I need to get the cork board out and like do the red thread to everybody, because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people involved in this case. But let's keep going. And y'all, shout out. Thank you for the gifts. And if you're new here on TikTok, especially, give me a follow real quick. My name's Patrick. I do true crime lives like this. I do paranormal stuff. Give me a follow real quick. I'm trying to get to 50,000 followers, y'all. And tap the screen like crazy. And then if you're watching over on the Mystery Project on YouTube, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Good to see you guys. All right, let's keep going.
Things that you were looking for?
As I indicated, the information that we had, I was aware in January of a multitude of crimes that had taken place. Both Charles Vallow's death, the disappearance of Tylee and JJ, the death of Tammy Daybell as well. So when I'm going through those records, I'm looking for anything of particular that would assist us in our case with Charles in Arizona, as well as looking at anything that might be helpful to those investigators in Idaho as well.
JB, thank you for the hand heart.
Were you aware of an attempted shooting of Brandon Boudreaux as well?
Yes, I was.
Were you paying attention for anything that may be helpful in that investigation as well?
Correct.
Was your main focus on Charles Vallow homicide still at that point?
The main focus on Charles was on Charles from the Arizona point, but in the same sense is we were working together with Idaho, really with the main goal in trying to find JJ and Tylee at that time, but at the same time trying to keep in the back of my head evidence needed for the Charles case. Yes.
And as you went through Charles' phone, did you pull out particular things in fact stand out to you?
Yes, they did.
Oh yeah, they did.
And Your Honor, the state had previously moved for the admission of State's Exhibit 49. There was an objection. It's my understanding that objection may have been taken care of.
All right, thank you, Ms. Blake. Exhibit 49's been offered. I believe the defense has had additional time now to review the exhibit. Is there any objection at this time to Exhibit 49 being admitted? All right.
No objection, Judge.
Sorry. That's right. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Exhibit 49 will be admitted.
And Your Honor, I would ask to publish Exhibit 49 to the jury.
You can do so.
I need to watch that one too.
And this is actually a PowerPoint. We had produced the paper copy, so if I could publish it from the computer.
Yes.
Sorry, I was not clear on that.
As you're pulling it up, Ms. Blake, then for the record to be clear, the exhibit itself is the PowerPoint.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will that be submitted as a digital file then?
I do have a copy on digital file for submission to the court as well.
Okay.
We'd printed it off for the convenience of both the court and defense counsel to be able to view it today.
Okay. We'll just be clear then that the digital file is what will be admitted into the record, and I presume that's on a jump drive.
That is, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Detective
Yeah,
Duncan, do
yes.
you recognize the message in front of you?
But we can't see the files, right? See the PowerPoint.
I do.
They got it.
And do you recall
and her
what email this was associated with?
This was an email associated with kkwalker75@yahoo.com.
that was her.
Was a copy of this located on Charles Vallow's device?
Yes, it was.
Could you read that for the jury?
It could be possible to have a hard copy to look at.
If the court will allow it, I do have a hard copy available.
Yes, that's fine as long as it comports with what's being displayed on the screen.
And I will indicate for the record, the printout that the detective is being handed was printed directly from the PowerPoint.
Okay. With that in mind then, and obviously we can follow along with what's on
Renee,
the
yeah,
screen. I'll
it's pretty.
allow him to have that printed copy and review from that.
So the email reads as follows. Hello, Chad. I hope you are doing well.
Yep.
This is Charles Vallow from Arizona. We really enjoyed having you stay with us back in November when you came to the Preparing of People conference. I appreciated you taking the time to talk to me about the book I've been working on. Well, more than 6 months later, I still haven't made much progress on it, but I feel an urgency to get it done. As the managing partner of Right Planning Group, I'm going to have the opportunity to speak at various conventions beginning in the fall. But everyone says I need to have a book available that summarizes my life and shares the principles I follow. So I will cut to the chase. I am willing to pay you well to help me get this book into shape as a ghostwriter. I really liked your autobiography and the tone you took in sharing experiences without preaching. Is there any way you could come here for a couple of days and help me get the book underway? I feel talking in person would be much more valuable than a phone call or video chat, mainly because I would like you to read through some of my journals and explain to me how the publishing industry works. It would help me know whether I truly have a book in me and whether you want to team up on it. I played minor league baseball and have had plenty of stories that my audience could relate to, along with the knowledge I've gained running my own company.
So real quick, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about Lori Vallow. This is the audio, the full audio from day 5 of the trial. And they found this email on Charles Vallow, the 4th husband's phone. And as I understand, and I'm sure it's going to get said during this, it was actually Lori Vallow that set that account up. And she was sending this message to Chad Daybell, trying to make it seem like it was coming from Charles, so that Chad would be able to come out and so that they could do their things without Chad's wife knowing and without Charles knowing, which is pretty crazy. And if you guys are new here, especially over here on TikTok, there's a bunch of you guys watching. Real quick, my name's Patrick. If you like true crime lives like this, give me a follow. Hit that follow button real quick. I'm also live streaming on the Mystery Project over on YouTube. Shout out to y'all. Tap the screen over here and hit the like button over here. Let's keep going. Y'all over here, thank you on TikTok. Thanks for all the gifts, y'all. Thanks for like the hand hearts and all that stuff. You don't have to do that, but if you do, I really appreciate it. Huge shout out to all the followers too. Thank you much. We're trying to get to 50,000, y'all. We're at 43,300. Shout out. Okay, I'm trying to get up there. Yes, I am trying to get to this trial, to the Lori Vallow one. especially when it gets closer to the end. I think it'll be really good. I want to go sit in and see. So y'all help me out. Hit that. Let's hit that hand heart goal and hit the little star. There's a star somewhere on the screen over here on TikTok. Hit that little star. Subscribe to the channel. Help me make some more awesome content. All right, let's keep listening.
So I do feel the book would contain valuable information even beyond the convention circuit. I'm out of town until Sunday, but I would gladly fly you down here early next week before the holiday and cover your expenses. You could stay at our guest room like before, or in a hotel if you prefer. I hate to take you away from your family, but I know this book is vital to my speaking success.
Hate to take you away from the family. She's alleged to have conspired to take away Chad Daybell's wife at the time. And they had kids. They had 5 kids. I hate to take you away from your family. Lori.
I understand if you don't want to take part in the project, but I would definitely make it worth your time.
Because real quick, I don't know if y'all know this. I read the news, but they exhumed Chad Daybell, the 5th husband, right? The one who's also going to be facing trial. He's facing all these charges as well. They exhumed her body to find out how she actually passed, because she was just 49 years old and she went to sleep one night and supposedly just didn't wake up. Because that seems normal. Just 49 years old, healthy, like, oh, I'm going to go to sleep early tonight, and did not wake up. Seemed a little fishy, so they exhumed her. They did an autopsy, and they found out that she was asphyxiated. Somebody stopped her from breathing. And shout out to Mel on YouTube. Yes, this one is unavoidable. It's super tragic. And oh no, you're saying, yeah, it was what, yeah, this should have never happened, but it did, and now we got to talk about it. All right, let's keep listening to the audio. So this is from day 5 of the trial, y'all. This is the full audio, and it's like 5 hours long, so we'll break it into parts. Over here, let's get 10,000 likes, and thank you for the gifts. You guys don't have to do that, but thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Give me a follow. My name's Patrick. We like true crime. Let's go. Ready?
With admiration,
Okay.
Charles.
So they're reading an
And
email from
You indicate
Charles
this
Vallow.
came from an email, kkwalker75@yahoo.com.
That is correct.
Did you do any kind of investigation to try to determine who the owner of that account was?
So I authored a search warrant to Yahoo. I was able to obtain the subscriber information for this account of kkwalker75@yahoo.com.
And guess who? Take a guess. So the detective subpoenaed Yahoo because it was tied to a Yahoo email address. He subpoenaed them, got the IP information, got the information back from them showing the phone number and the name and stuff and the birthday and stuff like that of the person that registered the account. Everybody put it in the chat. Take a guess. Who do you think it's going to lead back to? Who do you think? Take a guess. Let's go. Let's listen.
The name associated with the account was Karen Walker. The IP address, or the internet provider address associated with the account, came back to Katy, an area of Katy, Texas. Also, the phone number associated with the account came back to Lori Vallow. The date of birth on the account came back to a variation of Lori Vallow's date of birth.
Was there any
What?
indication that this email account was linked to
She tried to use a burner email, but she put a variation of her own birthday and a phone number that actually linked to her.
Charles Vallow?
There is no indication.
In going through
Was
to
that?
Charles Vallow, was there any indication that this email account was linked to Charles Vallow?
There is no indication.
So she made the email address and then used it to make emails sounding like it was Charles to send to Chad so that Chad could show his wife, oh, look, I've got this guy that wants me to come out, fly out, and work on a book. And it actually was Lori and they wanted her. She wanted him to come down, and well, I mean, they were having an affair, so.
Why is it spicy?
Yup, craziness, right? Are you watching it live? No. So they took today off. The prosecutor, she had an unalive in the family, unfortunately, and so there's no court today. It's going to pick up tomorrow, though. But we're listening to the full audio from day 5. Okay, so let's keep going. Y'all, tap the screen over here. Make sure you hit the follow button. If you're new here, my name's Patrick. I do true crime lives like this. I do paranormal stuff. Give me a follow if you would. I'm new to TikTok. I've been here like maybe 2.5 months now. Trying to get to 50,000, y'all. We're at 43,300. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's keep going. Let's jump back in. So it was her that this iCloud account was registered with. Let's keep going.
In going through Charles' phone further, did you locate anything regarding whether or not Charles actually sent that email?
There's nothing to indicate that Charles sent this email to or from his device, KK Walker. However, he did forward this email to Adam, Lori's brother, as well as discuss the
brother,
email
not
with
Alex.
Lori through text messages.
And looking at the next page there,
Yes.
are these some of the messages that you were referring to?
Yes. Charles had discovered this email on June 29th of 2019. He then forwarded it to Adam and then confronted Lori about this email that was sent. Based on my observations of Charles's email or his accounts that were analyzed, like I said, there's no indication that this came from Charles' account, was created by Charles or sent to Chad. To the best of my knowledge, looking through Charles's information, he had no relationship with Chad Daybell at all.
And if you could, would you read the messages on those and just indicate?
Man, and y'all, again, hit the follow button. We're listening to day 5 of the full audio of the case against Lori Vallow for unaliving. And I have to say unalive, y'all, because we're live on TikTok. They don't like you saying certain words when you're live. And it's kind of hard when you're doing true crime to not say the crime, but you can't say those words. Anyways, you're not new to TikTok, lol. You've been posting for years. No, I'm new to doing the live streams on TikTok. I'm new to doing like the true crime stuff on TikTok. I mean, I posted stuff, yeah, for the haunted side back in the day, but I'm new to the live streams and to the true crime side. So shout out if you're digging it. Hit the follow button real quick and tap the screen like crazy, y'all. Let's go for 10,000 likes over here on the TikTok. But hit the follow button. My name's Patrick if you like true crime. We're listening to Lori Vallow's trial. Right now, they're finishing off the testimony of, well, I forget his first name, but Duncan is his investigator, Duncan. And he was the guy from Arizona that was investigating Charles Vallow, the 4th husband, who was unalived by her brother. And he's talking about how he was going through the iPhone and going through the phone records, and he found iCloud accounts where these emails were being sent to Chad that turned out she was the person who had registered that account, trying to make it sound like it was Charles. It's a whole mess. Hit the follow button. 10,000. That was easy. Dang, y'all. Let's go for 20,000 over here. And thank you for the gifts on TikTok, y'all. Thank you for all the gifts. You do not have to do that. I appreciate it, though. Thanks for helping to support the channel. All the gifts right now are going to get me up to Idaho to sit in on this case as soon as possible, because it's not that far away from me. So let's make it happen. I appreciate y'all. Let's go.
Who they were coming to and going,
Yes.
they were being sent to?
The first one is Charles to Lori. It was time-stamped June 29th, 2019 at 5:51 a.m. The UTC is a universal coordinated time, and the -7 is done to to show that that would beat Arizona time. So at 5:51 on June 29th, 2019, it says, "Is he with whom you're having an affair? He did not stay with us in Arizona in November. Who are you lying to now? Trying to destroy another family? You're evil, period. I may take JJ back to Houston unless you have a great explanation for all of this. I will not let him be a party to your apostasy."
Man, and that's Charles talking to Lori. And I don't know if y'all saw the documentary, but when he called the police and was dealing with that, when she was calling him different names and saying he was possessed by, you know, an evil spirit and all this stuff, and he was a zombie, it, like, the police didn't really give him too much attention. They were just kind of like, oh, okay. And they made it even seem, I mean, I know it's a documentary, right? So, but they even kind of made it seem like they were more on her side, and that they were like, oh, well, you know, you should just do this anyways, da 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 da. But he's saying, like, I should just take JJ, which is the 7-year-old that was unalived. She's facing that charge. So is Chad. And in that moment, he's saying, man, I unless you can come up with a really good explanation for all this, I'm probably going to take the 7-year-old, because they adopted him, by the way. Lori Vallow and Charles Vallow adopted JJ from Charles Vallow's sister's son. So his nephew had a baby, and they couldn't take care of him, and so they adopted him. Think about it. If he'd have followed through on that, maybe JJ would have been safe. Maybe he'd still be alive. Oh, this case is tragic, y'all. This case is tragic. 7 years old and autistic. So sad. Talk about just senseless. No need for this to happen. 7 years old, innocent, and she was 16, her biological daughter from the third husband, Tylee. Senseless. Senseless. Okay. Keep tapping the screen over here, y'all. Let's go for 20K on the likes. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Good to see you guys. Jason's in the house. Betty's in the house. Mel's in the house. Molly and Emily, thank you so much. Let's keep going. Y'all, thank you for the gifts over here, too. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it, though. Let's see if we can hit that hand hard goal. You like this kind of content, help support it, and make sure you hit the follow button. I'm trying to get to 50,000 followers, y'all. All right, day 5 audio. Let's jump back in.
Charles to Lori again at 6:04 a.m. "Just so you know, I have Tammy's, Chad's wife's, email address. I will send a copy of my email you sent to KK Walker. Tammy will know what you're up to. You better explain." Charles to Lori at 6:10. "I now have Tammy Daybell's cell number. I'll text her a copy of the letter and an explanation of what you're up to. You have till noon your time to explain, or I'm sending via text and email to her." At 6:55, Charles sends Lori the message. "I'm sure you are up by now. You have until 10 a.m. your time to respond, or I send the emails and texts to Tammy."
Swarna, I see you too. I just saw you. Swarna, shout out to Swarna as well.
Charles to Lori at 12:23 p.m.
So
"Just so
come on,
you
let's go
and Chad know, I am going to talk to Tammy. In person if I have to. I've already emailed and texted her. Your game is up." Charles to Lori at 5:04 p.m. "Please stop spending money on the credit cards. I appreciate it."
Uh-oh. That's the other thing too, y'all. Is so Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell, who are both facing the charges now. They're the ones who are facing the unalive charges. He's still facing the unalive penalty. They took it off the table for her, but he's still facing the unalive penalty. But they were convinced that he could tell if people were good or bad, and if they were bad enough, they turned into zombies. And he convinced Lori that her family had all turned into zombies, basically, except her brother, who they could manipulate and get to do things. He believed them totally. Yet she's spending money on his credit card. And when Charles Vallow, the guy who's saying this, when he passes because her brother shoots him, supposedly in self-defense, that's also being looked at now. When Charles Vallow passes, it takes about a week. She gets a notification from the insurance company, his life insurance, that she's not the beneficiary. He had switched it to his sister and told her if anything happens to him, to use that money to take care of the 7-year-old JJ, whom they adopted. She gets pissed. She's pissed about this. And they'll probably talk about it in here. She is mad as hell. And she's like, how could he do this to me? It felt like a spear shoved through my heart, is what she says. And I'm like, Lori, hold on. Wait. I thought it was the end of the world. I thought none of it matters anyways. I thought there was going to be a zombie apocalypse and things were going to go haywire. Why would it matter if you're not getting his life insurance policy? Why would it matter if you're not getting that money? It's the end of days, isn't it? That's what you're saying. Oh. Yeah, no one in the courtroom is there to support her. No family, no friends. Yeah, that's true. She's pure evil. She gets what she deserves. Yep. Isn't that crazy though? But really though, if you genuinely believe that your family has turned into zombies and the end of the world is coming, and there's only going to be, what is it, 44,000 people left, and you're going to be one of them, you need that life insurance money. Oh, give me that life insurance money. Give me a break. Y'all, I'm sure they'll talk about it because I think this might be the day that all this came out, but she was pissed. How could he do this to me? Do it to you? He's the one who was unalived. How could you do that to him? Maybe she didn't do it. She didn't have her hand on the trigger, but her brother did. How could y'all do that? And did you guys know this? Did you know this? When Alex, her brother, shot Charles, the fourth husband, when he shot him, they waited 40-something minutes before they called the police. Before they called it in. No CPR was done, no anything. So self-defense, he hit him with a bat, allegedly, supposedly. And in self-defense, Alex shot him because of that. Twice. Once from stop hitting me, and then once when he was on the ground. Self-defense, you shoot him and he's on the ground. Okay, you're good. Call 911, tell him what happened. Oh, wait, no, there might be a chance he survives, right? Emergency services get there, EMT, they stabilize him, maybe he lives. Nope, wait almost an hour. Then call. That's why they're reopening this one. Okay, let's keep going in. But I thought that was a little strange, though. I thought that was a little strange that it's the end of times. Nothing matters. Everybody's zombies. But I better get my life insurance money. What? Okay, let's keep going. Can we get another pic of her? Do you guys want another one? I'll have to pause the live stream to get it. I can make that happen, though. Give me a second. But yeah, it's nuts. By the way, y'all, they needed 45 minutes to convince Tylee to get on board, Mel says on YouTube. Ooh, that could be too. But then she ended up being evil too, is what Chad said. Tylee was like one of the most evil. Crazy. Y'all, if you're new, my name's Patrick. Hit the follow button, please, and thank you. Tap the screen like crazy as well on TikTok, y'all. We're trying to get to, let's go for 30,000 likes. And thank you for the gifts, y'all. I appreciate the gifts. We got 4 hand hearts right now. If you like this kind of content, help support the channel. Hit me with a hand heart real quick. You do not have to do it, though. Don't stress. It's totally fine. I'm still going to be doing the live streams, but if you like it enough, hit me with a little hand heart, would you? Okay, let's keep going. Day 5, the full audio. It's 5 hours long, and with all my talking, we've got in 11 minutes and 13 seconds. Oops. Sorry, y'all. Hey, thank you for the cowboy hat. Howdy, ma'am. Tiny Dinies. Dr. Jen Sanchez, thank you for that. Ooh, thank you for the hearts, too. Y'all, Galaxy Gang, where you guys at? Galaxy Gang, check in. Got galaxies and meteor showers, all kinds of stuff. Lions, what the heck? Y'all are amazing. All right, let's keep going. Day 5, full audio. Let's try to get in at least maybe 15, 20 minutes. Come on.
I was in looking at Charles' phone extractions, was able to determine that 2 emails were sent to Tammy Daybell.
SoCal
One to
Mom.
her personal email and also one to her work email.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm having trouble hearing counsel. If she could just move the mic a little bit closer.
I had actually muted it, so I
Oh,
apologize.
okay.
Thank you for saying that. Looking at that next page there, are those the emails that you were referring to?
Yes, they are.
And would you read those into the record?
The email from Charles Vallow.
And real quick, y'all, this is Day 5 full audio, and this is Investigator Duncan. He's investigating the Charles Vallow unalive side of things, and he's presenting this evidence to the court about the things he discovered on the devices belonging to Charles Vallow after he passed. But they're finding out that the email addresses that were somehow tied to his iCloud actually came from her. And Dawn is in the house. Shout out to Dawn. Oh no, things are about to get crazy. All right, let's keep going.
To Tammy Daybell at the tdaybell@sugarsalem.com would be her work email on June 29th, 2019 at
Thank
9:16.
you. Thank you for the roses.
Tammy,
So sweet.
my name is Charles Vallow. I have some vital and disturbing information regarding your husband and my wife.
So this is Charles Vallow sending an email to Chad Daybell's wife, who also, and it's, y'all, I have to say unalive because we're live on TikTok. It's AI moderators. You can't say certain words or they get mad at you. But he's sending this to Chad Daybell's wife, and she passes. She's 49 years old, goes to sleep one night, just doesn't wake up. No health conditions, like nothing. She's just like, oh, Dawn. Dawn, thank you for the galaxy. You guys are so sweet. All right, let's keep going.
Lori,
He's talking.
this is your work email, so I'll wait to send you the evidence that is very disturbing. You may call or email me from the address where you can receive the information. I apologize to be the one sending this, but something has to be done. I feel it's best if I shed some light on this issue. Regards, Charles Vallow, and he provides the phone number of 714-853-5005. He sends a second email from his Charles at Right Planning Group email address to tammy.daybell@gmail.com on June 30th at 2019 at 10:16 a.m. The subject line in the email is your husband and my wife, and the body of the email reading are having an affair. Her name is Lori Vallow. I've got definitive proof if you care to see it. Contact me and I'll share it with you. It's devastating, I know, but the truth needs to be shown. Charles Vallow.
The craziest part is he just wants answers, and she's giving him the runaround, and he's like, look, explain this. If you're having an affair, then let's call it. You want to be with this dude and believe people turn into zombies? Go for it. Man, this trial is crazy. This is crazy. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to switch the picture out. Grabbed another one. But let's keep listening. And by the way, thank you for the gifts over here. And Oceans, was that you? Oceans, was the galaxy you? It was. God almighty. Y'all are insane. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. You don't have to do that, though. You don't have to. But y'all, make sure, at least give me a follow. If you're new on TikTok, my name's Patrick. I do true crime lives like this. I do paranormal stuff, paranormal investigations, all kinds of cool stuff. Give me a follow if you're into it. I'm new here doing live streams. I'd love to have you part of the family. Give me a follow. Do what we can do to get you to we want to get you to Idaho Oceans. Yes. Hey, let's make it happen. And honestly, y'all, click the link in the bio. And there's tons of ways to support the channel in there. That'll get me there even faster. I appreciate you guys. Let's keep going. All right. So Lori Vallow, this is day 5, the full audio. We're now 13 minutes in. We're making progress, y'all. It's 5 hours long. We're going to break this into parts, so don't worry. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to switch this picture.
And from your review of the device, were you able to determine whether or not Tammy Daybell would have actually read these emails?
I did contact at least Sugar Salem School District and asked if those were read. There's no indication that they were. They said they could have been deleted, read and deleted, or just deleted, but there's no indication. They do show on Chad's part to be sent, though.
And you said Chad's part.
I'm sorry, on Charles's part. My apologies.
Were you able to determine whether or not there was any communication from Charles Vallow to Chad Daybell?
Yes, on the 29th of June, 2009, the PowerPoint actually is 209, should be 2009 at 9:32 a.m. Charles sends Chad Daybell a message at chad.daybell@gmail.com. The message reads, Chad, I'm Lori's husband, but I gathered you already knew this. She sent an email yesterday, supposedly written by me to KK Walker, inviting you to Arizona next week and to ghostwrite a book I'm supposed to be working on, or supposedly working on. It's preposterous. I happened to run across it as she left her computer at our Houston home. I am not paying anybody for anything and will not be and I'm not writing a book. Either you or Lori need to tell me what's going on, or this will be exposed for all to see. Regards, Charles Vallow. And again, leaves the number 714-853-5005.
Dang. So that's Charles Vallow sending that to Chad Daybell. That is crazy, y'all. Hang on a second. I'm going to switch this picture. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to switch this picture. Thank you. Oh, snap. Hold on. What happened? It usually puts me in a city. There's no more cities? Oh, look at the happy couple. Oh, my God. I can't even stand this one either. This is terrible. Oh, by the way, did y'all know this? It's crazy when you start digging into this case how like just sick these people are. This little wedding, this little beach Hawaii beach wedding, the rings and the white linen shirt and the beach dress, all that stuff. Y'all know where it came from? A bunch of y'all know because I've said it before on some of the live streams, but if you're new here, y'all, Charles Vallow, the guy that just sent this email to Chad, this guy, the 4th husband that her brother shoots and unalives in self-defense, they use his Amazon account that's still open with his cards, even though he's passed. Then they buy the rings, they buy the outfits with his Amazon account, and they ship it to them in Idaho. Come on. All right, let's keep going. What else did they have to say?
Goes on to read, and does your wife know you have several of Lori's dance videos? Explain how that is any way appropriate. She sent them to you at your request in January, Charles.
What dance videos?
Were you able to locate any response from Chad Daybell to Charles' email?
There was no response.
I wonder why.
Did you also locate messages from Charles to Lori?
Yes, there were many messages between Charles and Lori on the 29th arguing about this particular letter that was sent.
Do you also recall the next slide locating that message on the phone?
Yes, I do.
And could you read that message?
The message from Charles to Lori on June 30th.
Oh, I got loud. Sorry.
I believe that should be 2019 of 0842. Lori, I know you don't care how I feel, but just imagine this. How could my actions or breaking your heart result in what you've done? You accuse me of infidelity, but it's you who have been having an affair. It just keeps killing me. Maybe that's your goal. How can you live with yourself destroying our life, Mel and Brandon?
He said, this is Charles. He said, it's killing me. And he said, maybe that's your goal. And not that long afterwards, he's unalived by her brother, supposedly in self-defense. That is crazy. Your goal, right? Look, everybody's seeing that too. The whole thing is a mess. True that. It is absolutely insane. Is there any podcasts on this case that someone can recommend? Yes. No Pants Penny. This one. No, I'm just kidding. There's a whole bunch, though. Just type in Lori Vallow. There's a whole bunch of them. And you guys want to see me do more of like a podcasty vibe? Let me know. We could make that happen. But I just like doing the live streams. You guys are amazing. I felt so bad for him, right? I know, especially now that all this is coming out, right? And it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and more damning evidence. And you're like, And by the way, y'all, if you're new here, give me a follow on TikTok. My name's Patrick. I do true crime lives like this one all the time, every day. If you like this content, give me a follow. And thank you for the gifts, y'all. Galaxy Gang check-in. Thank you for the hand hearts. We're trying to hit that hand heart goal. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And we're trying to get to 50K on the like, so tap the screen like crazy. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep listening. We're 16 minutes in now, guys. We're really making some progress here.
Probably Mel and Brandon too. Now add Chad Daybell family, and you've got a home run. The fact you will continue to go to the temple after all you've done shocks me. There really is something wrong with you. I really don't want to do what I have to do, but you have to be exposed for what you really are. You won't even deny it or talk to me as to your reasons. That's what's amazing to me. You could ally some of what's about to happen, but I don't think you will. Lying has become second nature to you. You have been impressive in blaming me for all that's happened. You have destroyed me. I've never been lower in my life. It's you that has done it. Please tell me why, please.
To this man.
I will slow or minimize what's about to happen. It's you who has caused it. We have a son to raise, but that's all we have in common. I will work with you in his best interest and will be there Monday evening. You owe me an apology for all the false accusations you've made. You know, I've been entirely faithful.
Man, what a stand-up dude. Like, he's like, look, the only thing that I got in common with this woman is that we have an adopted child together. And I just want to do what's best for him. And they freaking unalived him. And y'all, again, have to say unalive because we're on TikTok live. They don't let you say certain words live. And it's hard for a true crime content to not say some of these words. But y'all, thanks for the follow, so I appreciate it. All right. Man.
To you since the first day we met. I deserve an apology from you. Please respect that much.
And you indicated that message when you located it would have been sent on June 30th of 2019.
Correct.
BG's lover. You act like we don't know all that. Well, some people don't. That's why I do the live streams. That's why we cover it. At some point you didn't. And then somebody did this. And then you did. Stop it. Stop it.
From your review of Charles' phone, did he appear to be trying to work on his relationship with Lori?
In reviewing Charles's phone, there was a lot of obviously frustration and anger that he would start with, but then he would come back to a loving, gentle side and wanting to work things out and be more reasonable, if you would.
Was Lori always responsive to his messages?
Not always. In this particular case, there was no, I didn't see any denial or acceptance of the particular email that was sent, but they would still converse with each other.
And looking at the next page there, are those also additional messages that were located?
Yes, the additional messages going into July 1st, 2019 at 10:31. Charles to Lori, I'm going to Idaho first to meet with Tammy Daybell. Lori responds to Charles a minute later. She won't see you. She is my friend. She won't listen to you. Go ahead. You are ridiculous. Are you coming to JJ for the 4th or not? Charles responded to Lori July 1st, 2019 at 10:37. Then you tell me why you used my name and fictitious email to send a BS email about a book I am having him ghostwrite for me. It's fraud and a lie. There's no reason for it other than to get him in Arizona and have an excuse for his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Charles.
Y'all, I wonder if initially she would, Tammy Daybell, Chad Daybell's wife at the time, initially believed this stuff and was like a part of it, or maybe not privy to everything that was going on. And I wonder if that started to kind of fall apart and she started realizing what was actually going on. And that was like the kind of the determining factor in their minds of when she became a zombie and needed to be unalived. What do y'all think? Put it in the chat. Dorothy, I enjoy your side. Thank you so much for being here, Dorothy. Dr. Jin Sanchez, thanks for sharing the live too. Y'all, thank you so much for the follows too. Thank you for the likes. We're almost there. Almost 50K. Tap the screen like crazy, y'all. Let's go for it. Dare I say, let's go for 75K, y'all. Come on. Tap the screen like crazy. And thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. All right. Let's keep going. Ooh, man. Day 5 audio, full audio, y'all. It's 5 hours long. We're going to break it into parts. But this is Lori Vallow case. Oh, and I went, why do I look like I'm in Sonic the Hedgehog, the green zone, Greenland zone.
Calls to Lori, July 1st at 10:38. You did this. I had nothing to do with it, and you know it. Also, he did not stay with us in November. I will find out.
And those messages are sent on July 1st of 2019.
That is correct.
And when did you respond to the report of a shooting?
We responded to the report of the shooting on July 11th of 2019.
And just to remind the jury from yesterday, when you arrived, Charles Vallow was in fact deceased.
Yes, he was.
So sad.
Looking at that next page, did you also locate those messages on Charles' device?
We did, yes.
And real quick, for nothing, y'all, for nothing. They're trying to prove that the only reason that they did it, and she conspired to do it, allegedly still allegedly, right, is because of the insurance money. And in the end, they didn't even get it. She didn't get it. He was smart enough to realize she might do something to me. So she Charles Vallow switched the beneficiary from Lori Vallow at the time to his sister, Kay. So they got nothing. So her brother shoots him again, and then waits almost an hour to call 911 so that he's gone. No chance of reviving or survival. And then they don't get the life insurance money, which, by the way, thought the world was ending, Lori. Chad, thought the world was ending. Thought the world was going to end. Everybody's turning to zombies. Why'd you need that life insurance money if the world's ending? All right, let's keep going.
And can you read those messages?
This would be the July 11, 2019, shortly before the murder of Charles Vallow. At between 7:35 and 7:37 in the morning, Charles sent Adam Cox a message that says, "Al is here." Adam responded, "At Lori's." Adam then states, "Really? I wonder why he never called me back." Adam said, "They are planning something."
They sure were, Charles. And Adam is the other brother of Lori, the oldest. I think he was the oldest. Wasn't he the oldest? I can't remember. There's so many people in this case. It's hard to keep their ages in mind, but I'm pretty sure he was the oldest. And then there was Alex, and then there was Lori. Oh my God. All right, let's keep going.
Charles responded, "Absolutely." Adam then responds, "I was supposed to spend the night at his house last night. She probably blocked that." And then Charles responded, "What you do is up to you."
After that message, are there any other messages from Charles to anyone?
After that message, there are no other messages. There are messages sent to the phone, but nothing was read by Charles after that point.
And those messages took place on July 11th, 2019, between 7:35 a.m. and 7:37 a.m.
Correct. And in addition, Charles' phone had his location services on, and the location.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. This is non-responsive to a question.
I'll
He's
sustain.
adding. Thank you.
Were you able to determine anything else from Charles Vallow's phone?
Yes,
Thank you.
And what was that?
Charles had his location services on.
Oh my God. I mean, I get it. That's a defense attorney's job to bring that kind of stuff up, but come on. And Mel over on YouTube, I haven't seen any evidence that Tammy ever met Lori. Is that, I guess, I haven't either. Is that true? I wonder if that's true. Tammy, you're right, though. I haven't seen any evidence that they knew each other. There's no pictures. Anybody know? Has anybody researched that? Did Tammy, Chad Daybell's wife, ever actually meet Lori before she passed? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, let's keep going.
And the location of that device at the time those messages were sent was at the 5531 South Four Peaks Place in Chandler, where the homicide took place.
So sad. No evidence. I don't think so.
Your Honor, I would next go to what has been marked as State's Exhibit 48. And I believe both counsel and the court have a copy.
Heather said Chad introduced her days after
And
she's unalive.
Your Honor, would you like the jump drive marked with an exhibit sticker as well to match the paper printout?
I think that would be helpful, yes.
While they're doing that, y'all hit the follow button over here. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's go for 75K likes. Come on, y'all. And if you're new here, my name's Patrick.
Your Honor, one of my co-counsel will get that marked and submitted for the
Give me a
court.
follow if you like this kind of content. I appreciate you guys.
And Detective, I believe you've been handed that exhibit.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe it should be Exhibit 48. Is that what it says on the back?
That is correct.
Making sure we got you the right one. In looking at that, do you recognize what is on that?
Yes, the front is the address of loriforstyle@icloud.com, and then 4 phone numbers that are associated with that account.
And if you can flip through that.
Yep, that is true. Taps real quick while he's flipping through stuff. Yeah, so Lori, they started showing photos of the kids and how they were found, their remains, the autopsy pictures from Tammy, his wife at the time. And she said that it was unbearable. It was too much to handle. And she asked to be excused from court. And the judge was like, nope. I made a video about this. It's like not the last one, but the one before that. And the judge was like, "No, you can't be excused for the rest of the trial today." And so y'all know what she did? You know what she did in response? Maybe in response, I don't know, allegedly, but I'm thinking the judge says I can't go anywhere, and she sits back in the chair and she's like, "Oh, really?" And they said she appeared to fall asleep, but honestly, it doesn't matter if you appear to be asleep or if you fall asleep. It's pretty much the same thing. Might actually be worse if you just appear to fall asleep because you're really just trying to be a horrible person. Maybe if you actually fall asleep, well, I'm just really tired. I'm exhausted and I accidentally fell asleep. But even if you appear to fall asleep, it's worse. Either way, she appeared or fell asleep when the judge didn't let her leave. You can't make it up. You cannot make this stuff up. And by the way, guys, if you're just tuning in, we're listening to the day 5 audio because there's no cameras allowed in this trial. They're not live streaming it, broadcasting it. So we're getting the audio a day late, essentially. And this is day 5 of the case. And now we're 24 minutes in, y'all, of 5 hours. So we're obviously going to break this into parts. Don't worry. Okay. Let's keep going. And y'all, hit the follow button on TikTok. If you're new here, my name is Patrick. I do lives like this all the time, every day. Take a second, hit the follow button. Thank you for the gifts, too. Y'all, we're trying to hit the little hand heart goal. Thank you for the roses, the hand hearts, fires, all kinds of stuff. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. You do not have to, but I definitely appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, thanks for all the follows, y'all. Appreciate that.
The first 4 pages are the lawyer for style, and then or 5 pages, and then it breaks into a different iCloud account. Do you want those separated or all together?
We'll keep them together for
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Do you recognize the information located within those papers?
I do.
Do you recognize that as information that was located from a search that you did?
I do.
And what accounts were you looking at?
So as indicated before, the first count I was looking at is Lori for Style at iCloud.com. When looking through the Lori for Style iCloud and examining the data from that iCloud account, I uncovered the iCloud account of Lollytime at iCloud.com.
Did you also look through phone records for Miss Vallow?
Yes, I did.
And is some of the information in that slide indicative of, and I can actually point you to the page number. In looking at the 8th page in there.
Yeah, the unalive penalty. And y'all, again, sorry, I have to say unalive because TikTok lives don't let you say certain words. So that's one of them. But they took the unalive penalty off of the table for her case because, well, one of the main reasons is that she had to be rehabilitated to even face this trial. It kept getting pushed back because they believed she wasn't mentally able to understand the charges being brought against her. So they rehabilitated her. Now she understands it. But because of that and a few other things that the defense attorneys brought up, they took it off the table. So now she's facing life in prison for the 2 counts. And the conspiracy, too, because conspiracy and actually doing it carry the same sentence. He, however, Chad, is still facing the unalive penalty. Without parole, yep. All right, let's keep going.
That is correct.
And would that be information that you had found through a search of the phone records?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state, well, let me ask this. In looking at these, and did you assist in preparing these?
Yes, I did.
And are these helpful as a summary for your testimony here today?
Based on the amount of data in the iCloud accounts, they are very helpful. Yes.
Given that, Your Honor, I would ask for the admission of State's Exhibit 48.
Any objection from the defense?
And we would just like to state for the record that we have objected to all of this information under 404B, and the state has overruled that objection. But
Okay.
we don't have any objection to this particular one. We just want it on the record that we had previously objected to this.
All right. The court would note that there has previously been determinations made on the state's request for evidence under 404B. The court did make a ruling on that at a hearing on February 22nd of this year. And for the reasons incorporated in that decision, it was determined this could be submitted under 404B. In terms of the summary that's been offered as Exhibit 48, without further objection, then the court will admit Exhibit 48.
Your Honor, similar to the last exhibit, there also is a electronic PowerPoint presentation that has been put on a jump drive. We will also mark that and submit it to the court, but we would ask to be able to publish it to the jury at this time.
Okay, with it being admitted, then it can be published, and we'll keep the actual exhibit will be the PowerPoint digital file on the jump drive.
Yes. So this is day 5. This is the full audio that was released from day 5. But today there isn't court, so it's not in session for today. And I've been listening to on YouTube. I'd rather have someone to talk to while listening. Well, shout out, Linda. You found it. There's a lot of awesome people in this chat. Y'all, if you're new here, give me a follow. My name is Patrick. I do true crimes like this every single day. So if you like this stuff, get to know these amazing people in the chat. And let's continue listening to day 5, the full audio. We're now 28 minutes in of 5 hours. So we'll probably go for another half hour or so. But let's keep going. You guys ready? Let's go. Thanks for the follows, y'all. And thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. Thank you for helping to support the channel. Marianne, I'm glad I found you. I'm glad you found us too. So good to see you. Mary, thank you for the rose. So sweet.
Detective Duncan, you talked about looking at the Lori for style at iCloud.
Yes.
When you start looking at that account, does it provide identifying information?
So the account information provided by Apple would include information such as the IME number, which is the device ID. Basically, it's a fingerprint for the device associated with that iCloud account. It provides phone numbers associated with the account, and it could also include recovery email addresses.
And with regard to the Lori for style, did you locate phone numbers associated with that account?
Yes, I did.
And what were those numbers?
The phone numbers are 808-755-5452, 480-692-9562, 480-489-4652, 512-626-2714.
Were you able to determine who the Lori for style at iCloud.com account was linked to? What
Yes.
individual?
Yes.
And who was that?
The account is linked to Lori Vallow. The number of 480-489-4652, I recognize as a number that is linked back to her.
And
April,
on
yeah,
that
prosecution.
iCloud account, were you able to recover some messages that had been sent?
I was.
Were you able to recover some messages sent between Lori Vallow and Alex Cox?
Yes.
And looking at that second page, do you recognize those messages?
I do.
And could you read those, including the dates, into the record?
On 3/9 of 2019, Lori sent Alex a message that says, apparently it is tied to Ned being gone, hopefully today or tomorrow. The following day,
Yo, that Ned is supposedly the evil spirit that had possessed Charles Vallow. So he and her decided that people could become zombies and become evil when they're possessed by these demons. And that's what happened to her fourth husband. And Ned was the demon allegedly that was possessing him and needed to be unalived in order to rid him of that evil presence.
3/10/2019, Alex sent Lori a message. Love you too. Have fun and get rid of Ned already. 3/26/2019, Alex sends Lori a message. Ned is still alive. Just confirmed. Lori responded on the same day to Alex. It's not Ned, and it's a new one.
Through your investigation, were you able to determine who Ned was that they were referring to?
So at the beginning of this investigation, or in the following weeks, I apologize, the following weeks, we were informed that Charles was possibly murdered as a result of being a dark spirit or a zombie. We did receive information that, and through Charles's.
Imagine having to testify that. Imagine having to testify to the fact that somebody unalived somebody because they thought they were a dark spirit, aka a zombie. What did they think was going to happen? Did they think that, oh, we have this fictitious name that we're going to call this person, and we're not going to get in trouble for it? We're not going to get in trouble for it. Why would we? It's not a real person. It's a demon. It's an evil spirit. It's something that that needed to be rid from him. We didn't actually unalive him. We unalived this spirit. Huh? Kristen, thank you for the microphones. Appreciate it. Y'all, thank you for the gifts. You do not have to do that, but I definitely appreciate the love and the support. Y'all hit me with the hand hearts. We're trying to hit that goal. You like the content, you like the show, hit me with a little hand heart, would you? Jen, thank you for the rose too. You guys are sweet. All right, let's keep listening and hit the follow button.
Contacts and conversations with especially Lori.
Oh, sweet.
He mentioned that she would refer to him as Ned or Garrett. So those were names. Through the investigation, we found out that Charles was being referred to, or the spirit in Charles was being referred to.
My. Yeah, they don't let you say certain words on TikTok lives. So I have to say unalived. I know it's weird on a true crime.
Did you also locate some messages
the crime
between Lori and some other women on the date of Tammy's death?
I did.
And looking at that next slide, do you recognize those messages?
Yes, I do.
And could you?
And for everybody trying to follow along, if you're new to the trial, Tammy is Chad Daybell's first wife. She's the one who was 49 years old, seemingly healthy, went to sleep one night and didn't wake up. And he initially was like, well, I don't know what happened. She just didn't wake up. Seems legit. They exhumed her, did an independent autopsy, and found out that somebody stopped her from breathing. She was asphyxiated. So now they're charged with that as well. Not only the two kids, JJ and Tylee, but now Tammy as well.
You indicate who those messages were between and when they were sent and the content of them for the record?
So the messages are between Nicole Earl and Lori Vallow, and they are on 10/19 of 2019. Nicole sends Lori a message at 9:18, says, I'm not sure if you heard, but Chad's wife died last night. Lori responded at 9:33 to Nicole, oh my gosh, I did not hear that. I'm in Hawaii and it's 6 a.m.
Oh my God. I did not hear that. That's because you allegedly orchestrated it. You conspired to do it. And she's got to put that alibi in there too, doesn't she? Oh my God. I did not hear that. I am currently in Hawaii. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. Conspiracy, conspiring to do it carries the same sentence as doing it, Lori. Your shirt is the color of your eyes. Great choice. Stop it. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Okay, let's keep going. Y'all hit the follow button if you're new here. All right, let's go.
Lori then responded to Nicole at 9:34. Do you know what happened? Nicole sent Lori a message at 9:37. Yes. She awoke in the night coughing, threw up, collapsed, and passed away.
And looking at that next page, do you recognize those messages?
Yes, I do.
And could you indicate who those messages were between, the date they were sent, and the content of those messages?
These messages were between Lori Vallow and Melanie Gibb and dated October 19th of 2019. Melanie sent Lori a message at 13:16 hours.
The audio.
I heard what happened to Chad's wife. Oh my gosh. Lori responded to Melanie at 13:18. Hello, what?
And looking at the time on that slide compared to the prior slide, was that later in the day?
Yes, it was.
Did you find any indication in those messages where Lori tells Melanie she's already been informed of Tammy's passing?
I did not.
Oops.
Did you also locate messages between or messages sent from Lori to Colby Ryan?
Yes, I did.
And looking at that next,
Colby is Lori's oldest son. Sass is in the house too. When did Sass get in here? Thank you for the roses, Sass. Who else is in here? Galaxy Gang, check in. Dyslexia 420, what's up? Look, in the house. Good to see y'all. Tylee's half bro. Yep, exactly. I just woke up. Excellent. Well, here
page, do you recognize those
Carol in
messages?
Canada's in the house too. Shout out.
I do.
Could you indicate the date they were sent, the sender and receiver, and read the text of that message?
On 11/22 of 2019, there's text messages from Lori Vallow and Colby Ryan. And or from Lori Vallow to Colby Ryan. Lori states, I text Ty to send it, but I haven't heard back yet. She will probably just do it before she tells me. And she then states, hope you got the Venmo. Ty said she sent it late. I'll call you when I get a break. Hope you're having a great day. I love you so much.
Jen, Alex, the brother, what I read was that he passed because he had blood clots in his lungs. Something to do with that. So I don't think it was. I mean, in this case, we don't even know. I don't know. I haven't researched exactly into him, how, why, if there's any conspiracy on that part as well. Maybe. I mean, honestly, with everything that's coming out about this case and everything, who knows what's going to happen? Maybe they'll open that up too. I do know that he was worried about being the fall guy. He is. They have him saying that, where he's like, "Oh, I'm worried that I'm going to be the fall guy for these two." Dang. Sure, Kennedy. Hi, Pat. Had to come in this live. Heck yes, thank you. Oh, lies. Thank you for the finger hearts. Very sweet of you. The mom said they had family history of blood clots. Yep. I questioned the brother too. I've always questioned the brother too. Yep. I think the brother unallowed. It's possible because they definitely had Alex like in the palm of their hand. That he would do anything for him. They convinced him that he was a warrior for this cause and that he was going to train other warriors and they were going to defeat all these evil spirits and zombies and everything like that. they had him like whatever they needed. So it's very possible. And yeah, he's no longer with us, so he can't testify, he can't talk, he can't um, be held accountable.
Do you know who the tie is that they were referring to?
That would be,
Objection calls for speculation, Judge.
We'd need more foundation for that to be answered, so I'll sustain that for now.
Based on your review of the phone and the iCloud account and the contents of it, or other iCloud accounts, would you be able to determine or know who the tie is they were referring to?
I would.
And who is that?
Tylee Ryan.
Then we talked about that you went through another iCloud account.
I did. Through searching the Lori for style, like I stated, I was able to uncover a lolly time at iCloud.com.
Were you able to determine when that lolly time account was created?
Yes, I was.
When was that?
That account was created on July 1st of 2019.
And on Charles' phone, when you'd located the messages regarding the affair, do you recall the date that Charles was sending those messages to Lori?
I believe that was June 29th of 2019.
And then this lolly time account is created on July 1st?
Correct.
Similar to the Lori for style, were you able to determine any identifying information as to who the account holder was?
Yes, this account was actually linked to a different IMEI number, so a different device. But the number of 480-692-9562 was shared between both accounts.
And were you able to determine who the owner of this account was?
Yeah, based on the examination of this account, photographs, correspondence, videos, audio, information.
Who do you think? Who do you think? Put in the chat, y'all. Who do you think it's going to belong to? I wonder. And by the way, if you're new here, a bunch of new people jumping in, y'all, hit the follow button. My name's Patrick. I do true crime lives like this every day. I do paranormal stuff, paranormal investigations as well. If you like that kind of content, hit the follow button. I'm new to TikTok lives. I'm trying to get to 50,000 followers, y'all. We're at 43,600. Aaron, what is that? Aaron, thank you so much for putting me under the sea. Very sweet. Thanks for the gifts, y'all. You do not have to do that, but I really appreciate it. Thank you for helping to support the channel. Very, very sweet of you guys. 43,600 followers, y'all. We're getting close. Come on. Everybody watching right now, give me a follow. All right. Ooh, Zelda's out. Yes, I've got a whole list of them. Galaxy Gang, check in. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's see. Who did this other email address belong to?
Information. The account belonged to Lori Vallow.
Oh, dang.
And in this account, were you able to locate messages between Lori and Alex?
I was.
And I guess to be specific, would that have been Alex Cox?
Yes.
Going to
That's my brother.
the next page of this, do you recognize those messages?
I do.
Could you indicate who they were sent to and from, the date, and read them into the record?
Yes. The text messages or the messages are from Lori Vallow to Alex Cox, and dated 7/9/2019. The first one at 13:49 hours. Lori sends Alex a message. So the plot thickens. Call me when you can. Lori then sends Alex a message later that night at 21:50 or 9:50 p.m. Getting sleepy, so I'm going to need you to stay close to me the next couple days. Mel too. She can't go to Utah. They are planking some kind of intervention, but want Mel out of the way, so I'm left alone. I need to come get the stuff at your house tomorrow and secure it. Lots to do. Thank you for standing by me. It's all coming to a head this week. I will be like Nephi, I am told, and so will you.
And are these messages transferred over the way that they were found?
They are, yes,
Some of the messages may contain typos or spelling errors.
absolutely.
Mm. Oh my God.
When you're looking at different accounts and different devices, are you sometimes looking for the lack of information?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you compare different information found from one device to another or one account to another?
Yes,
And did you in fact do that in this case?
I did.
And looking at the next page,
Oh my God. Hold up, pause. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Oh, another hand heart too. You're not alone. Thank you so much for the gifts, y'all. You're so sweet. Thank you for supporting the channel. Again, you do not have to do that, but I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you're just tuning in, we're listening to and talking about Lori Vallow, Daybell, and Chad Daybell. Her case, though, her trial has started. There's no court today, but we're listening to the day 5 full audio. So there's no live streaming in the courtroom. The judge said no to that. So we get the audio, the full audio, but we get it a day late, obviously, because they can't release the full audio if it hasn't been recorded. Anyways, we're listening to day 5. Right now, they're talking to Detective Duncan. He's the guy who was researching and investigating the unalive. And I have to say unalive, y'all, because we're live on TikTok and they don't like saying certain words. But he's the guy who's investigating the 4th husband's unalive that her brother shot. And he's discovering all this stuff on phones and iCloud accounts and emails from different devices. And he's going over all that. And the prosecution is trying to show the jury her involvement and showing that she conspired or was at least privy to, orchestrated something. They're trying to prove that she allegedly was involved with all of this stuff because, well, what we just listened to, she's talking about one person asked or says that Chad's wife had passed, and she's like, "Oh my God, what? I'm in Hawaii. It's 6 a.m." And later on in the day, Melanie Gibbs says the same thing, and she's like, "What? Oh my God, what happened?" Like, she didn't say, "Oh, I know. I was told. This is terrible." Anyways, let's keep going.
Were there messages? Let me back up. Was there evidence of messages located in Lori's phone that did not appear in the iClouds?
Yes, there was.
And looking at this and at this page, were there any that drew your attention?
Yes, there are.
And could you indicate what those are?
So in creating a timeline for the death of Charles Vallow, specifically the red messages that were read earlier regarding Al being at the house and when Charles' phone stopped responding, or Charles stopped responding to Al, we created a time frame, or kind of a timeline, if you would, of the events that happened. There were several messages on Lori's phone, her actual physical phone, not the messages itself, but an indication that a text message was sent that was not located on the iCloud, which is not uncommon. The messages were important to us in our investigation, as they are text messages that between Lori and Chad that occurred right before the murder of Charles Vallow.
Right before and I know he says it, but I'm not supposed to say it live. The M word.
Did you also locate additional communications between Lori and Chad on that iCloud account?
Yes, I did.
And looking at the next page, do you recognize those messages?
I do.
And could you indicate who was the sender, the receiver, the date, and read the message into the record?
Yes. The following are text messages between Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell on 7/18 That should be 2019, not 2018. Lori to Chad. I just got the letter from the insurance company saying that I am not the beneficiary. It's a spear through my heart. Who do you think he changed it to? Brandon or probably Kay? He left nothing for JJ. Chad responded to Lori.
No, he left nothing for you, Lori. He left it to JJ because Charles Vallow started figuring out things weren't right and changed her from the beneficiary of the life insurance policy to his sister Kay, who is the grandmother of JJ. And he said, if anything happens to me, use this money to take care of JJ. And she's like, it's a spear through my heart. He left me nothing. Lori, you believe it's the end of the world. Everybody's turning into zombies. You don't need money. You don't need that. Why is it a big deal? Why did it crush you? Why is it a spear through your heart if it's the end of times? And money isn't going to be anything anyways. I wonder. Let's keep going. Why does she want money from a zombie? Exactly. Why'd you want zombie money, Lori? Huh? Oh, because you wanted to go to Hawaii and get married? They used his Amazon account for that. They bought the wedding rings, his shirt, her dress with his Amazon account after he passed.
Wow, that's terrible. There's no way to find out.
Wow.
Lori responded to Chad. I might be able to see when I get his computer on Sunday. I could check. The emails sent to the insurance company. It will show change of beneficiary. He must have done it recently. Chad responds to Lori. It seemed you would have had to agree to the change. Maybe your name was forged. You should have a good paper trail to prove it.
And again, these messages would have actually been sent on July 18th of 2019.
Correct.
So these messages were exchanged 7 days after the death of Charles Vallow.
That is correct.
Did these messages indicate anything to you as to whether or not Lori seemed to know she was not the beneficiary?
Yes.
Did it appear that she had just found out she was not the beneficiary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you find any indication that Lori knew she was not the beneficiary of a life insurance prior to Charles' death?
Prior to Charles' death, no, nothing.
Did the information you found lead you to believe she did not learn she was not the beneficiary until after Charles was deceased?
That is correct.
And looking at that next page, and again, I think it says July 18th of 2018. That should be 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes,
And are those additional messages that were located?
they are.
And could you indicate for the record who sent them, who received them, the date, and read them into the record?
Oh man, guys, if you're just tuning in, we're listening to day 5, the full audio. Don't worry, Karen. You want to keep listening, but you have to go to work. I know, I get that. But this is going to be on. I'm going to take this TikTok. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and right now on the Mystery Project YouTube, I'm live streaming it as well. So it's going to be on the Mystery Project, so you can watch it back. And you can always watch this video, y'all. In the description on the Mystery Project Live is a link to this full video as well that I'm watching, listening to the audio as well. All right, let's keep going because he's reading more off of Lori's.
So on 7/18 of 2019, Chad sent Lori a message. I love you. This is terrible, but it is probably another step in bringing down the Gadiantons, especially Brandon. Lori responded to Chad, nope, he can change it anytime he wants. He's the agent, and anyone can change the beneficiary anytime with their own signature. I'm thinking it must be Kay. Chad sent Lori a message. It will be interesting if he got it changed after he had 2 bullets in his chest.
What? That is heartless. That is heartless. Hold on, I'm gonna rewind it. Let's listen to that again. That's heartless. Oh my God. By the way, y'all, hit the follow button. Let's go for 100K on the likes too. We're at 71,000. Tap the screen like crazy over here on TikTok. Hit the follow button, y'all, if you like true crime. My name is Patrick. Welcome to the family. And y'all, let's hit that fire goal real quick. If you like this content, if you think it's fire, see what I did there? Hit me with those fires real quick, y'all. Okay, hold on. I rewound a little bit. Let's listen to that again. Because that's what? That's heartless.
It must be Kay. Chad sent Lori a message. It will be interesting if he got it changed after he had 2 bullets in his chest.
My God. Jennifer, thank you for the fire. Jen, thank you for the fire. You guys are so sweet. One more
It'll be
time.
interesting if he got it changed after he had 2 bullets in his chest.
Dear God. Come on, Chad.
Was there an additional message located?
Yes.
Kristen, thank you.
On 7/18/2019 at 12:19 hours, Lori sent Chad a message. So I talked to the insurance company. He changed it in March. So it was probably Ned before we got rid of him. They can't tell me to who, of
Probably Ned before we got rid of him. Ned being the supposed zombie demon evil spirit that had taken over Charles Vallow, the 4th husband. Damn, Omega, what are you doing? You're going haywire. Aaron throwing down fires too. Kristen throwing down fires. Thank you so much. I'm going to rewind a little bit more.
Lori sent Chad a message. So I talked to the insurance company. He changed it in March. So it was probably Ned before we got rid of him. They can't tell me to who, of course, but it's done. I'll still get the $4,000 a month from SS.
Social Security.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to the the actual form of what he just read.
Let me review the record briefly here.
Kirsten, exactly. Kirsten, sorry. Is it Kirsten? Kirsten? She just admitted it, right? Dang, Cheryl! Coming in hot. Kristen coming in hot. Oh my goodness. She totally just admitted it, right? Hold on. Back a little bit further. Let's listen to that whole exchange again. Y'all are crazy. We just destroyed that fire goal. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's almost lunchtime. Let's do the same thing with tacos. You ready? You guys like this stuff? You like this content? Hit me with a taco. All right, I want to hear this again.
Lori sent Chad a message. So I talked to the insurance company. He changed it in March. So it was probably Ned before we got rid of him.
Case closed, right? Case closed. It's probably Ned before we got rid of him. Who's Ned? Oh, that's the name we give the evil spirit that's inside of my 4th husband. Oh, what happened? Oh, my brother shot him. Oh. Jennifer, Ned is the name of the spirit that they said was taking over Charles. So Charles was Ned. And there was all these other names. Garrett, I think, was one. And then there was another one that started with an H. Hislope or something like that. Which, that's Brittany Hislope. That's her last name. But I think it was something like that. Uh-oh. Okay, one more time.
Lori sent Chad a message. So I talked to the insurance company. He changed it in March. So it was probably Ned before we got rid of him. They can't tell me to who, of course, but it's done. I'll still get the $4,000 a month from SS.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to the the actual form of what he just read.
Gina, me too. And here comes the objection, right, Moose?
Briefly here.
We object to the fact that she just admitted that she conspired to unalive her 4th husband.
And Your Honor, I think I know where counsel's going with this, and we could maybe just have him reread the last line.
That'd be fine.
Okay,
I think a word was added.
let's have him reread that, please, so it's accurate.
I'm sorry. I'll still get the $4,000 a month from SS.
Thank you. Does that,
That does comport. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because he didn't put that.
looking at the next page, do you recognize that message?
I do.
And can you indicate who had sent that message?
This is a message found on Lori's device, the Lolly time from Chad to Lori, dated 7/26/2019 at 8:13 p.m.
And could you read it into the record?
Tonight, I figured out who I feel like. I'm a grown-up version of Harry Potter who has to live with the Dudleys in his little space under the stairs. Every few weeks, I get to escape and have amazing adventures with my goddess lover, but then I have to return to my place under the stairs, feeling trapped. But I sense permanent freedom is coming.
That was Chad Daybell to Lori. And it's a little creepy, but you sensed wrong, Chad. I'm thinking the permanent freedom is kind of off the table now. What do y'all think? Chris said, don't bring Harry Potter into this, right? Permanent freedom. Huh? What? One more time. That's creepy. And it's just a creepy way of saying it too.
Every few
I'm Harry Potter and you're my goddess lover.
2019 at 8:13 p.m.
I mean, to each their own.
And could you read it into the record?
Tonight, I figured out who I feel like. I'm a grown-up version of Harry Potter who has to live with the Dudleys in his little space under the stairs.
He just called his wife, and they have 5 kids, right? Because Chad Daybell had 5 kids with Tammy. He calls his wife and his 5 kids the Dudleys.
Few weeks, I get to escape and have amazing adventures with my goddess lover, but then I have to return to my place under the stairs, feeling trapped. But I sense
You felt trapped there, buddy? You felt trapped there, huh? In a house with your wife and kids? How you feel now? How do you feel now?
permanent freedom is coming.
And going to the next page, do you recognize
Kristen,
that message?
more tacos? Thank you so much.
Yes, I do.
And could you indicate the date that was sent, to whom it was sent, and by whom, and read the text into the record?
Yes, so on 7/30 or July 30th, 2019, Chad sent Lori an SMS message that read, I got the inspiration to go back to my original death percentages that helped us track Charles, Ned, etc. Tammy is very close. Her percentage has fallen steadily since Hiplos left.
Hippos. That's the other H word. It wasn't his low. It was hippos. That was another demon that they were battling that was jumping around to their family members. And apparently their evil percentage dropped. Her evil percentage had been steadily dropping.
Is encouraging.
And we see in there the mention of Ned, who you've already indicated you were able to determine who that was. Does that additional name, Iplos or Hiplos, were you able to determine who that references to?
Yes, I was.
And who was that?
That was one of the first names that was associated with an evil or dark spirit associated with Charles Vallow was Hiplos.
Did you also locate messages between Alex and Lori on that device?
Yes, I did.
And do you recognize the messages on that screen or the page in front of you?
Yes.
Could you indicate who sent those, to whom they were sent, the date, and read the content into the record?
On September 3rd, 2019 at 10:02 a.m., Alex sent Lori a message. Network name is anti-layman. Password is the number 2, too many kids.
Really? Her brother, okay, that also passed away, supposedly, allegedly from natural causes. I don't know if they're going to do anything about that and see, but he made the Wi-Fi password name too many kids, and then the 2 kids go missing, and then they're ultimately found on Chad Daybell's property in shallow graves. One of them had been taken apart, burned and taken apart. This case, y'all, I'm telling you, this one is shocking, disturbing. I can't, there's not enough adjectives to describe like the level of like sinister. I don't, yeah. That's next level. Yeah, no, it's, yeah, sounds like he had a midlife crisis gone horribly wrong. Was Alex cremated? I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah. Who the F does that, right? I'm telling you, it's crazy. By the way, y'all, real quick before we start again, my name's Patrick. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, you're just scrolling through TikTok, doom scrolling, no pun intended, scrolling through TikTok already, Monday morning, Monday afternoon, give me a follow. If you're new here, give me a follow. Huge shout out to everybody. Thank you so much. I've been doing the live streams on TikTok now for like a couple months now. Trying to get to 50,000 followers, y'all. We're at 43,700. Let's go. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining the family. Kristen, thanks for the tacos. Y'all, thank you for the gifts too. Making the screen do all kinds of crazy stuff. I appreciate that. You do not have to do that, but I appreciate it. Thanks for helping to support the channel. Let's hit that taco goal, y'all. Somebody send me the tacos. Somebody send me a taco. All right, let's go. Ready? Jumping back in.
Lori responded to Alex. Funny.
Funny. Lori, we appreciate
And this
you.
was
Oh,
sent
you're
on
so
September 3rd of 2019.
Yes.
Jen,
To the
yes, it
best
is.
of your knowledge, were
Yes, real quick. Yes. Yeah, make sure you guys go follow the YouTube channel as well. The Haunted Side is the same name on YouTube. And if you're on the Haunted Sides page on YouTube, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's featured channels. There's one called The Mystery Project. And that was where I was doing all the true crime before I just mixed it all together on the Haunted Side. And I'm live streaming right now. Shout out to everybody on YouTube watching still. Swan is there, Mel's there, Betty Hanks is in the house. The whole crew's over there. This live stream is going to be over there as well. So go give that channel some love if you would like to. All right, let's keep going.
Tylee and JJ missing at that point?
Yes, they were.
On September 3rd, were they missing?
September 3rd. I'm not sure the exact date on when we started looking for them. I'm not sure
You became involved in the investigation a little later.
yes.
Would it have surprised you to learn that they were last seen later in September, Tylee on September 9th and JJ on September 22nd?
And I'm object to the form of the question. I believe that, well, you know, I'll just withdraw it.
Okay.
Jen,
I'm not sure the exact day that they went missing in this case, but like I said, I did pick up this investigation later on in January.
Ooh, Ashley. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get up there.
And you had indicated you were aware of the attempted shooting of Brandon at the time you were looking at these accounts.
Yes.
Do you know the date of the attempted shooting of Brandon Boudreaux?
I believe it was October of 2019.
Do you recall locating any searches or deleted searches on either of these accounts?
I do.
And were they around the time of the shooting of Brandon, of the attempted shooting of Brandon Boudreaux?
Yes, they were.
Do you recall what they were searches for?
So on that day, there was some deleted cookies on her account, and a majority of those searches were for news stations in Arizona.
And were those deleted cookies from October 2nd of 2019?
That sounds about right, yes.
As part of your investigation, did you also review phone data from an individual named Zulema Pastenis's phone?
Yes, I did.
Did you locate messages on that phone?
I did.
And I believe you've already indicated that you also looked at an iCloud account associated with Charles Vallow.
Yes, I did.
Y'all, Brandon Boudreaux is Lori's former nephew-in-law, is what it says. Who's Brandon Boudreaux? Her former nephew-in-law.
Your Honor, I would ask to have the witness shown what's marked as State's Exhibit 51. I believe the court and counsel should have a copy. And to keep the record clear on that last Exhibit 48, we will mark the jump drive with an exhibit sticker and submit it to the court as well.
All right, thank you, Ms. Blake.
And can the witness be shown that exhibit?
Yes.
We do need a flow chart, y'all. I need to get the cork board with the red yarn. Jojo, no, they are not allowing cameras. The judge struck that down, so there's no live stream of this trial. We only get the audio of that day a day or two later. And so right now we're listening to the audio from day 5.
And if you would look through those pages.
Lauren!
And do you recognize those?
I do.
And are those in fact messages that you located during your search of Zulema Pastenis's phone and Charles?
And Zulema is Alex Cox, her brother's wife, but he passed now, so widow, I guess, is the correct term.
Vallow's iCloud account?
That is correct.
And did you
Jojo, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that would, I'm sure.
go over that exhibit with the state?
I did, yes.
And did you do that in preparation for your testimony here today?
Yes, I did.
Did you assist in creating those pages?
Yes.
And would it be helpful in your testimony today?
Yes, it would.
Your Honor, with that, I would ask that the exhibit be admitted.
Any objection to admission of Exhibit 51?
No, we would like to put on the record that we have objected to this particular exhibit and all the information contained therein under 404B, and we understand that our objection was overruled in February.
All right, thank you, Mr. Thomas. So the court has previously made a ruling under the 404B rule that this evidence is admissible for purposes of trial. The
Thanks
exhibit,
for the
and
tacos.
without further objection.
Almost
from
there,
the
guys. Let's get that
defense,
taco bowl.
Exhibit
You like
51 is
Wisconsin? Help
admitted.
support it. Please and thank
Your
you.
Honor, I would ask to be allowed to publish exhibit 51.
You can publish it.
And again, for the record, this is similar to the last exhibits where there is a paper copy that has been provided for the court and counsel's convenience. We do have a jump drive with the PowerPoint on, which we will intend to mark with an exhibit sticker and admit.
Okay, so that jump drive
Cheryl in
and
Canada,
digital file will be the
taco.
actual exhibit, and counsel and the witness may refer to the paper copy so long as it conforms with that digital file.
Sam, thanks for the rose. Y'all are so sweet. Thanks for the gifts. And thanks for the follow.
Detective, do you recognize the messages on the screen or on the paper in front of you?
Real quick, though, getting close to 100K on the likes, y'all. Everybody, real quick. There's almost 500 of you guys watching on TikTok. Tap the screen like crazy. 100K likes. Let's go. And shout out to everybody over on the Mystery Project watching on YouTube. Good to see y'all. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel over there as well. Let's go. Guys, can we do it? 92. Killing it. Oh, we're going to hit it. You guys are
Detective,
amazing.
do you recognize the messages on the screen or on the paper in front of you?
I do.
And do you recall if those were located from a phone extraction on a device belonging to Zulema Pastenis?
Yes, they are.
Could you read could you indicate who sent the message, who received it, the date, and then read the content of the message into the record?
Yes, the first message from Lori Vallow to Zulema Pastenis, dated May 29th, 2019 at 10:32 a.m. Perfect. I found out there are 4. One is a level 4 entity. His name is Hiplos. The H is silent. The other 3 are level 3s. Let's do this. Message from Lori Vallow to Zulema Pastenis on June 2nd, 2019 at 11:54 a.m. Yes, it does. Let's put some fire energy towards Hiplos now. He is driving now, and today is the day. I can do it spiritually. Let's go to him and hover over the truck till we do it. Are you ready?
Huh? Y'all, the Hiplos, that's a dark spirit, evil entity that's turning these people into zombies. And they're gonna go cast it out. Serenity every day. Shout out, good to see you. Thank you for the tacos. Lauren, thank you for the 12 figure hearts too. You guys are crazy. Galaxy Gang, where y'all at? Check in. Okay, let's keep reading.
And again,
Listening.
and Judge, can we take a brief recess?
Yes.
Did they cut the recess? No, they didn't. Patricia, thank you. Shooting Gal, Texas, thank you. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, guys.
Ready?
Yes, thank you, Ms.
I apologize for that. We had a power issue.
Breakfast Studios, Rosa, thank you.
I think you already indicated, but did you determine who Hiplos was referring to?
Yes, Hiplos was the name of
Randy's in
the
the house.
entity
Randy.
within Charles Vallow. Of the entity.
I think you already indicated, but did you determine who Hiplos was referring to?
Yes, Hiplos was the name of the entity within Charles Vallow.
Allegedly within Charles Vallow.
Do you recognize the messages on the next slide?
I do.
Could you indicate who the sender was, the receiver, the date, and read the content into the record?
Oh, snap. By the way, y'all, 106,000 likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Almost 107 now. Let's go for 125. Come on, y'all. Tap, tap, tap.
Yes,
tap,
the message
tap,
from Zulema Pastenis to Lori Vallow, July 2nd, 2019 at 7:52 p.m. Also, I was given instructions today to rip, tear, or burn the aura of Hiplos to let the body energy out so he can't re-enter.
Rip, tear, burn the energy so that it can't return. And sadly, what happened to Tylee? She was taken apart and burned. And they believed she was really low on their little scale that they made up of whether or not somebody was a zombie or not. She was low. She was evil, allegedly. That's what they believed. Montana says the entity needs to testify. Oh, no. Who's on the stand right now? It's Detective Duncan. He's from Arizona. He was one of the guys investigating the Charles Vallow unalive. And he got a lot of phone records from Charles Vallow, Lori, and that's what he's reading right now. Yeah. And Serenity every day, that was an absurd amount of tacos, 61 tacos. Dang. Y'all, we might get it. Come on, y'all. Hiplos is innocent. Oh, no. Why are we married? Oh, no. That's going to be a thing. People are just having shirts that say free Hiplos.
The next message is from Chad Daybell to Zulema Pastenis on July 2nd, 2019 at 8:35 p.m. I am very happy to find out these estates. You and Lolo have doing amazing work. Mother Earth is so grateful to you both. Thank you as well for your help with Hiplos. He is so very close. Chad Daybell message to Zulema Pastenis, July 13th, 2019 at 9:57 a.m. Hi, Zulema. Yes, I would be happy to give you a blessing, possibly this evening or tomorrow. It is crazy about Charles, but such a relief.
Serenity every day. More tacos. You're so sweet. Thank you. Oh my God, we're 80% of the way there. So this is what, and again, okay, I guess this is kind of speculation currently, but to me, it seems like what they did is they found these people that her brother included in there that were like clay, and they were very impressionable, very much like, we could tell them things like, you're a warrior for this cause, you're going to train other warriors, I'm going to give you a blessing, this blessing is going to like elevate you to like a certain status where like you're going to be better, like they kind of helped, they kind of like use these people and use this like positive kind of talk, I guess, to get them to do what they wanted, what they needed them to do. And that's what we're trying to find out now, is did they use them to commit things that are illegal. Serenity every day. Brainwashing. Yeah, exactly. Tabs. Yeah. Tabs. Exactly. It's crazy. And did we hit it? Yo, did we just crush the taco goal? The rating system in grooming, it was a cult. They participated. Right. Exactly. Yes, just like David Koresh. Yep. Charles Manson, Jim Jones did. Yep. 100%. All right. Let's keep going. We wanted just a smidge. And yeah, apparently y'all are just crushing goals today. So huge shout out to that. Huge shout out to y'all. All right, let's try it with, what's this thing? A rose? Rosa, the big rose. Ooh, y'all hit me with the big rose. If you want to, you don't have to. I appreciate it though.
Hi, Zulema. Yes, I would be 19 at 9:57 a.m. Hi, Zulema. Yes, I would be happy to give you a blessing.
What's up, Liz?
Possibly this evening or tomorrow. It is crazy about Charles, but such a relief.
Such a relief.
In that second message, through your review of accounts and phone records, were you able to determine who Lolo would be referring to?
Yes, I was.
And who was that?
Lolo was a nickname for Lori Vallow.
And that last message was sent on July 13th of 2019.
Yes, it was.
And Charles would have already passed away at that point.
That is correct.
So sad. Lori, thanks for the roast.
Do you recognize the messages on the next slide?
I do.
And could you indicate who they were sent from, to whom, the date, and read them into the record?
Yeah, the following messages were between Lori Vallow and Zulema Pastenis on June 2nd, 2019. The messages range from 11:55 a.m. to 12:42 p.m. and they read as follows. Zulema to Lori. I'm ready. Lori to Zulema. Let's go now. Zulema to Lori. That is powerful. I'm still sending fire. Lori to Zulema. Yes, it is. I am blinding him with light. Zulema to Lori. Ooh, that's awesome. Lori to Zulema. I'm feeling it big time. Raphael is with us. Zulema to Lori. I feel him. Lori to Zulema. Did he leave? Zulema to Lori. I can't see him. I felt like I was chasing him because I saw me running after someone. Lori to Zulema. Get him. Zulema to Lori. Oh, I'm chasing. Lori to Zulema. You are amazing, lady. I love you.
See? You see what she's doing? Zulema probably felt pretty vulnerable, probably felt like, and again, speculation. I don't know these people. I don't know them in person, but I'm picking up a little bit of like, maybe she was kind of an outcast. She was kind of like kind of kept to herself, maybe. Didn't really feel, maybe some social anxiety, social awkwardness a little bit, possibly. And they see this and they feed into what did she just say? You got this. I love you. You're powerful.
Lori to Zulema. You are amazing, lady. I love you.
You are amazing, lady. I love you. Like just feeding that, making her feel like um like she has a purpose, like she has a place. Dang. Why is everybody laughing at me? Would you say Dungeons and Dragons group? Oh no. Brainwash. Yeah, very manipulative. Yeah, 100%. Exactly. 100%. 100%. All right, guys, hit the follow button. What time is it? I got a little bit. I got a little bit longer. We're almost an hour in too. And how long have we been live? We've been live probably almost 2 hours. 2 hours. Dang. Y'all are amazing. All right. So let's see. They're probably they're probably getting ready to release him. But let's keep going. Huge shout out to everybody. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the follow button if you're new here. My name is Patrick. I do true crimes like this every single day. And I do some paranormal stuff and paranormal investigations at night. Huge shout out. Thank you for the gifts. Let's hit that rose of gold real quick, y'all. We're at 18 of those big, giant roses. Send pizza, Patrick, right? Yes, I'm trying. I need some pizzas. Oh, you want me to send you one? Okay, ready?
Zulema to Lori. I'm tired now.
Galaxy Gang, check in.
LOL. Lori to Zulema. Me too. I'll keep the light, abs, fire, gong till he's gone. Zulema to Lori. Me too. I'm still sending it.
And with these messages that we've gone over today, including this one, are there sometimes emojis attached to those messages?
Yes, they are.
Y'all, shout out. Thank you so much for all the roses coming in. Just, oh my God. Tracy, thank you. Sweet Paula Pie. Serenity, Jen. Did we hit that one too? Oh gosh. Y'all are amazing. Oh, we're 81. We're almost there. Y'all are the best. Thank you so much.
And these slides did not contain the emojis that were present in the originals. Is that correct?
That is correct.
We'd talked previously about the email account kkwalker75@yahoo.com. Did you locate additional messages linked to that email?
I did, yes.
Thank you so
And
much.
do you recognize
Yes,
the
Kristen.
message on the next slide?
Yes, I do.
Can you read that into the record?
Message was sent April 21st, 2019 at 6:20. Dear Brother Daybell, hi, this is Karen from Vallow. I contacted you a couple weeks ago to see if you would be willing to come speak to our youth here in Houston, Texas. You said you probably could if there was a way to cover your expenses. Since then, I can't shake the feeling that you need to come share your story, particularly about chasing paradise. We are near the Houston Temple, and this summer our stake is focusing on family history work. My reason for contacting you again is that we have a stake youth conference planned for all day on Saturday, April 27th. The focus is on the temple, and I know you would energize the kids with your stories. We expect about 400 kids to attend, including some parents. I know it is extremely short notice, but is there any chance you could come? A high councilman is currently the main speaker, but he said he would be happy to let you speak instead. My husband and I have been financially blessed, and we would pay for your flight. We also have a casita attached to our house where you could stay and not be bothered. Also, my daughter mentioned the young single adults would love to put together a fireside on Sunday evening. I realize your main goal is to sell books, and that wouldn't be possible at these events, but I know that the interest in your novels would skyrocket here. I'm sorry it's so late. If possible, please let me know as early as possible in the morning so we can include it in the Sunday announcements. Also, we'd want to get your flights booked. If you are able to do both events, we could fly you in Friday, then depart on Monday.
Sure.
Please let me know if this is possible. We would love it. Karen Walker.
And did Chad respond to that email?
He did.
And on the following slide, do you recognize that, the content of that slide?
Yes, I do.
And could you indicate who that was from and read the content into the record?
The response to that previous email that I read reads, "Hello, Karen. Yes, I will be able to come.
You're not
So let the
wrong.
wards know. I can talk to you later about arranging the flight, Chad."
Do you know where Lori Vallow was living on April 22nd or April 21st of 2019?
Lori was in Houston, Texas.
Well, sorry to hear that. I'm from Dallas, y'all. I'm from Dallas. I'm supposed to not like Houston.
When you did your review,
Goldilocks, we're talking about Lori Vallow. She's the lady that is on trial now for unaliving. And I have to say unalive, y'all, because we're on TikTok Live. They don't let you say certain words. But she allegedly unalived her 2 kids, and she might have had a hand in unaliving her 4th husband as well, and her 5th husband's wife. It's a whole mess. Arlington, shout out. Used to go to Six Flags all the time. Karen's from Texas. Allison's from DF Dub. Was born and raised Dallas. So, Liz, thanks for the chili peppers too. Another 4 of them. Yo, I set an impossible chili pepper goal. 1,000 chili peppers. There is no way we're going to hit 1,000 chili peppers. There's no way it's going to happen. Unless y'all prove me wrong. I don't know. Let's see. But if you guys are new here, my name's Patrick. I do true crime lives like this every day. I do paranormal stuff as well. Huge shout out to everybody. Thanks for being here. Give me a follow if you're new here. And let's keep going. So we're listening to day 5 of the full audio because they're not. The judge struck down having live streams of the actual trial. So we get the audio recordings released a day or 2 after after that day, and we're listening to day 5 audio currently. And Serenity Every Day is coming in hot. Lisa is coming in hot, literally with an absurd amount of chili peppers. Just mirrored Forney. I used to live in Forney, Texas. By the way, did y'all know Forney, Texas is the antique capital of might be. Is it I know it's of Texas, but is it of the United States? It might, I don't know. It's crazy, the amount of antiques. Serenity Every Day, you're coming in, hey, absolutely haywire. Oh my gosh. No. Katie, no way. Rowlett? I used to work in Rockwall, and I'd cross the bridge all the time in Rowlett. Oh my gosh, such a small world. Lake Levon, Lake Roy Hubbard in the house. Ray Hubbard, Roy Hubbard, Ray Hubbard, Ray Hubbard. Oh my gosh. Small world. Katie. All right, let's keep going. Live in Rockwall. No way. Same here, Rowlett in the house. Stop it. Rowlett. Serenity Every Day, 559 chili peppers. What the frick? Hold on.
Why is it spicy?
Oh my God. Maybe we will hit it, y'all. Dear God. Love this channel, watching Sister Murdoch trial. Penny, thank you so much. Thank you for that. Very sweet of you. Okay, a little bit more to listen to. We're an hour into 5 hours. So we got 4 hours left. So I'm obviously gonna have to break this into different parts. Shout out Charlotte, North Carolina in the house too. Kristen sending 5 peppers as well. Damn. Cheryl's coming in with peppers out too. 9 of them. Y'all are insane.
Why is it spicy?
Penny says, I'm trying to learn how to send a pepper. You're so sweet. Y'all, you don't have to do that. You don't have to, but if you want to, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Penny, just hit the little gift button. If you want to, you don't have to. Please. Also, we're trying to get back to 100 subscribers, y'all. We're at 58. Anybody want to hit the little subscribe button? It's like a little star, either up here or down here. hit that subscribe button. All right, let's go. Thank you for the love and support, y'all. Seriously, huge shout out. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And let's keep tapping the screen, y'all. We're almost at 125K on the likes. Let's go. Brandy's hitting me chili peppers too. Lori's coming in hot with even more chili peppers. Jackie, thank you so much. The chili was my last. That chili was my last coin. Oh, Brandy, you guys are amazing. TD, thank you for the peppers. All right, y'all are making the screen go crazy. I better start playing more of this before I get in trouble. Serenity every day. Yes. 59. We need one more to get back to 60, y'all. Come on, help my OCD. One more person hit that little thing. Help my OCD out. Let's make it an even 60. All right, let's keep going.
Of these messages, did you, or of these devices and these accounts, did you pass your findings on to other law enforcement?
I did, yes.
Did you share the phone extractions with other law enforcement?
Thank you.
I did, yes.
If I can have just a moment.
755 roses, y'all. Or chili peppers. Y'all. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
The state has no further questions. I will indicate for the record that similar to the others, we will mark this jump drive and submit it as exhibit, I believe it's exhibit 50,
D1.
51.
All right, thank you, Ms. Blake.
Rand, the trial unfortunately is not on. Well, today it's recessed. There's no court today. But the live stream, they're not live streaming it, and they're not even live streaming the audio. This is the audio because we get it a day or two after that day. So this is from day 5. Giggle popcorn. Oh no, here we go. Giggle pop. Patricia. Oh, she's gonna go haywire. Thank you much. Y'all hit me with those chili peppers. Let's see if there's any more of this. They're gonna do the cross-examination.
Mr. Thomas, are you going to be conducting cross-examination?
I will, Your Honor, if I could have just a second.
You may.
Ooh, this is the cross-examination. What do y'all think? Should we start listening to the cross-examination? Should I come back on later? I'll let y'all decide. If we should listen to more of this right now, because I got a little bit more time. If we should listen to some of this, let's hit the chili pepper goal. Y'all, hit the chili pepper goal. Hit the chili pepper goal right now if you guys want me to continue on, keep going, and listen to more of this cross-examination. Is this available on YouTube? Yes. Now. Serenity every day. Chili peppers. Amy, Rose, thank you. Sarah, Brandy, yes! Chili peppers. Kristen sending peppers. Keep going. Man, apparently y'all want me to keep going. The case audio, yes, Jen, it's on YouTube. If you just type in Lori Vallow full audio, I'm sure you can find it. You're not alone, chili peppers. Jen, chili peppers. Kristen, chili peppers. And just like that, y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are absolutely ridiculously amazing. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you. Crush that one. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to set another one. Let's go. I'm going to fast forward until he starts talking.
4B evidence.
Yes.
Based on our prior objections to the 404B evidence, we believe that it would be that the evidence being inadmissible. We're not going to have any questions for this witness.
All right. With that, then, that would conclude the testimony for this witness.
Oh, they didn't cross-examine him.
Your Honor, may this witness be excused?
Any objection to excusing this officer?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The witness can be excused. Thank you for your testimony.
And Your Honor, it's my understanding that we'd like to approach briefly if we could.
Very well.
Who is a witness? Do we know? Yeah, he was a detective, Detective Duncan from Arizona. He was the guy who was investigating the unalive of Charles Vallow, the 4th husband. Lisa, thank you so much. Lisa, coming in hot now too. with the chilies as well. Y'all, I updated it. Now it's cake. 250 cakes. No way. It's not going to happen. Okay, hold on. Let me
Those
fast forward.
matters sooner than I would have too. All right, council, there's a couple of matters that I think we need to go on the record with, but outside the presence of the jurors. We're a little sooner than I would have anticipated for a mid-morning recess, but this will be a good time to do that, to allow us to have the discussion of these issues with council. So we'll go ahead and take the mid-morning break. After I'm done talking to council, we will take about 15 to 20 minutes after that. So I'm guessing the recess for the
Yeah, Hazel,
jurors
we
will
haven't
be
even got
roughly
to
around 30
Zulema
minutes or
yet.
so.
And they're going to,
So
yeah, I
we'll go
think
ahead
she gets
and, let them
cross-examined
be excused for
tomorrow.
this next part of the trial, and then we'll come back on when we're ready.
All right,
Thank you for the cakes. Adrian, you are not alone. Thank you.
I believe we have another matter that's being handled by Mr. Rammel, and we may be able to proceed with that while we're waiting to obtain that additional information requested.
Okay, that's fine. Then let's go on the record for this next issue.
Mimi, thank you for the cake.
Mr. Rammel.
Thank you, Judge. Just quickly before this next witness is called, we have had an issue arise with some new information on the next witness that the state intends to call Ms. Pastenas about a possible criminal history. We do not have knowledge of a possible criminal history that would require disclosure under Rule 16. In fact, Judge, we still don't believe that there is a felony on the record that would have required disclosure. But in due diligence, what we did see that there was a 1990s, in a background check, a 1990s criminal conviction in the state of Arizona that was ambiguous to the language. Attached specifically to that potential charge 25 years ago was a note that said, set aside judgment. So nothing was flagged, nothing was sent, as it didn't appear to the state or its agents that there was anything to disclose under Rule 16. As noted to the court earlier, Ms. Pastenas has counsel in town. A member of our team, Ms. Smith, in communication with him, clarified the ambiguous language from Arizona in the 1990s. He provided new information that there was a conviction 25 years ago, that in 2015 it was set aside, or what we would determine as a withheld judgment. Again, Judge, looking at Rule 16.
So Zulema had some kind of criminal conviction that they had to disclose before they called her as a witness, and that's what they're trying to deal with right now. Serenity every day. Thank you for the cake. Thank you for the cakes. You guys are so sweet. Literally, hi, it's cake. See what I did there? I saw another one too. Mimi, thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate it. Who's Zulema? Zulema is Alex Cox. It's Lori's brother that passed, supposedly from natural causes, but there's so many people around these two people that have supposedly passed from natural causes. Who knows? But it's her brother, and this is her brother's. I guess they were married, so a widow, I guess is the correct term. Yeah. Krista, thank you for the cake. Yeah, wife of 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly, Debbie. Yeah. Yep. Wife of 2 weeks. Y'all. Okay, let's keep going. So we're listening to the day 5 audio. And right now they're trying to figure out what's going on.
An abundance of caution, the moment that we learned of it, and I'll draw the court's attention to Rule 16. Rule 16B2, a felony conviction that is within the knowledge of the prosecuting attorney. Immediately upon receiving that information yesterday, we made counsel aware of that.
Back up there I'm looking at 16. You said B2. I've got 16B3 requires the prosecuting attorney to furnish the defendant a copy of the defendant's prior criminal record, if any.
And
Wait, Jin. So Alex, that's confirmed. Alex was cremated. Because I cannot believe that would that happened. They'd allowed it either. Yeah, he was cremated. The brother was cremated. Oh man.
yes, Your Honor. And so this is a witness. This is not the defendant's
Pardon-
criminal
pardon
record.
me.
And so further down in that same section, it talks about felony
Anyhow,
convictions if
right?
known. We shared that information with counsel. Mr. Thomas had indicated to us that he may ask the witness about it. We think that that's inappropriate at this time.
Debbie,
I think that the
exactly.
state has complied with
Yeah, I
Rule
don't know.
16 to the best of our ability. I also think that Rule 609 guides this under A, B, and C. Your Honor, A conviction regarding truthfulness. This is a drug conviction. And again, I say conviction. I think there's an argument to be made that this isn't a conviction. This is a withheld judgment. Under 609B, one within the last 10 years, this is 25 years old. And then Rule 609C specifically references a withheld judgment not being used. So with that, we don't think it's appropriate to be used in the testimony in front of the jury.
All right, does this defense have a response to that motion by the state to disallow the reference to this prior conviction that was apparently set aside at a later date?
Just a couple things, Judge. First of all, the state has referenced Ms. Pastina as counsel. I'm not sure that counsel, if it's the same person that I think it is, Garrett Smith, I'm not sure he's licensed in the state of Idaho. So if she intends to plead the fifth at some point or intends to do something which she may need counsel for, I'm not sure it's appropriate to have him come in and give her advice where he's not licensed and has not, to my knowledge, been admitted pro hoc veach.
Y'all, I just searched up Alex Cox to see, and on his memorial page, it says his birthday. He was born in San Bernardino, California. He passed at the age of 51 in Gilbert, Arizona. And then it says burial, and it says cremated. So he was. Yeah, I heard he was cremated too. Yeah, he was. Oof. Okay, let's keep going. Dang, get rid of the evidence, right? Yeah. Man. This is a strange one. This is a strange one. And it's not too hard to see why it captivates national and international attention because of all these moving parts. Yeah, the password too many kids. Yeah, that right there was a little wait, what? Okay, let's keep going. There's a little bit more of this. We'll see. And then I'm gonna then Zulima, I think is how you pronounce it. Zulima takes a stand, and I'll come back on later on, and we'll listen to that part. But y'all, huge shout out if you're new here. Give me a follow. We're getting close to 50,000, y'all. We're at 43,800. Everybody watch right now. Take a second, hit the follow button. If you're new here, my name is Patrick. I do true crime lives like this every day. I do paranormal stuff and just hangouts and cool stuff at night as well. So huge shout out. Welcome to the family. If you're new here, give me a little follow, would you please? Thank you for all the support too, y'all. All the flowers and cakes and chilies and everything. We're trying to hit the cake goal right now. Let's go. Kristen is coming in hot with the cakes. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you don't want to send the gifts, it's totally fine. You don't have to. No stress at all. But it is very much appreciated. Thank you so much for helping support the channel. So a little bit more of this. Let's listen and see what they're working out. And then before they call Zulima, I'll take a brief. I need to take a brief recess and eat some lunch myself, and then we'll jump back into the case, y'all. But huge shout out. Thanks for the cakes, y'all. Let's hit that goal. And yeah, I love you guys. You're amazing. Let's go. Ready?
Secondly, Mr. Archibald and I have talked about the record. We don't know anything about the record. We haven't seen the record. We've only heard from the prosecution about what the record may contain. But nevertheless, it doesn't sound like it's a crime of moral turpitude, so we're not going to bring it up.
Okay. On those points then,
So we're talking about Lori Vallow. In case you're just brand new here, we're talking about Lori Vallow, the Doomsday Mom.
and
She's on trial right now for unaliving
Rule
her
both
kids,
609 and 16
conspiring to unalive her fifth
the
husband's
court would
wife.
find that it would be inappropriate to raise that issue.
Are you doing this tomorrow? Yes, 3-9. I certainly am. And later on today as well. We're going to finish this later
I
on.
do, however, sharing the concern council's
Cheryl,
regarding,
take care. Thank you.
I don't have any idea who the attorney would be representing the witness here and whether or not the attorney here is acting in the capacity as legal counsel in an Idaho trial, whether or not they have an Idaho license and would be allowed to, they can certainly advise a client and they're not filing any pleadings or becoming parties in the case here in the state, but I guess depending on where the scope of that representation goes, that should be taken under advisement.
Thank you, Judge. If I could defer to Ms. Smith on this, this is her witness. Any of the conversations that have been
Look,
had
another
with
cake.
Ms.
You're so
Pastinas as
sweet.
counsel
Thank you.
will have taken place with her.
Sweet
All
cake.
right, Ms. Smith, what do you know about the attorney that may be representing this witness?
He is here more as aid and counsel. There is a matter the state brought to the attention of the court about an injunction Ms. Pastinas had to get in Arizona against, and I'm trying to determine if it's still active, and the name of that person. That injunction had to do with a conduct of a blogger or a citizen journalist down in Arizona. And so in large part, he's here for her aid. He was also part of conversations that occurred down in Arizona. There's zero evidence that she's going to take the fifth or anything of the sort, but in an abundance of caution, given that there was a limited use immunity agreement signed 4 years ago, that's been disclosed to the defense. The attorney that was a part of that conversation in Arizona is here, and he wants to sit in. She has asked that he be allowed to sit in. I don't think there's any evidence that we're going to need him to give her legal advice, but given that slightly some complex issues stemming from Arizona, he is here in that capacity. I really don't envision anything implicated in Idaho law.
Okay, fair enough. If he's here in that capacity, I think that doesn't go beyond the scope of proper representation, so he should be permitted to be here as her personal counsel in the case, in particular, as it relates to matters that would have occurred in Arizona. I think we'd only get into any kind of problems if, for some reason, some sort of specific Idaho legal advice or argument arose in the course of the witness's testimony. If you don't foresee that, I don't think it's an issue. So,
No, there's been no suggestion of that at all.
okay.
Dang.
So, are there any other issues or
I wonder what
matters you
that
want to put on
was.
the record as it relates to this witness testifying before they're called?
I wonder what he had.
I think those are the
before.
three. Was the prior conversation and the request to use the easel on the record?
Okay. That was not on the record. I'll just summarize. There was a request made by the state for some special accommodations for this witness. The defense did not agree, and the court sustains the objection of the defense at this time.
So what was the special accommodation? An easel and a whiteboard?
View the testimony to see how things are going, and if I believe that it is appropriate to have some special accommodation, then I may consider that, but I won't at the commencement of her testimony.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
So with that, then I think we are at the point where you would call the witness, and what we'll do is take our mid-morning break, as I indicated. So let's, since the jurors have already been out for a few minutes, we'll plan on coming back on at about between 15 and 20 after the hour, and we'll start back with your next witness.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, we'll be in recess for the morning.
Ooh, okay, so that's a good place to stop. So, y'all, so we listened to the tail end of the Detective Duncan testimony. Good time for you, Pat, right? I know. Lunchtime. And then we'll come back. I'm gonna come back on later, probably closer to like 4 o'clock my time. So like 2.5 hours ish or so. 4 o'clock Pacific time. We'll come back on. We'll finish this off because y'all, we're an hour and 15 minutes in on 5 hours. So there's 5 more hours to go. So yeah, don't worry. A lot more live streaming today. And can we take a second real quick? If you're new here, hit the follow button. Welcome to the family. My name is Patrick. Kristen's hitting me with confettis. Y'all make the screen go crazy right now. If you like this live stream, what is it, like 2.5 hours? 2.5 hours. It looks like Lori is sniffing you. Oh no. That's funny. Y'all take a second real quick, hit the follow button, make sure you give me a follow if you're new here, and can we hit the cake goal? Y'all go crazy. Eva says hi, new here. Hello. How old were the kids? The youngest was 7 and the daughter was 16. 7 and 16. Y'all, let's hit that cake goal real quick on the way out. YouTube, because we're live streaming on the Mystery Project as well. YouTube, I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to end the YouTube stream. Shout out. I'll see you guys soon. Hit that like button. Take care. YouTube. And by the way, that